This example, I'm going to show you how an alert could be used to maintain data integrity. This example, a salesperson has the ability to create inventory item codes, but some of the fields may not be considered mandatory as far as the system is concerned. But in order for reports and other alerts to trigger, that there are certain codes that should be entered in order to maintain data integrity. So this example, this employee is allowed to create an item number, and they go through and choose the necessary fields. But let's say the product weight is necessary for it to calculate freight properly for their online store. Although this field is not considered mandatory in this database, it does, and the employee forgets to do it and saves it, an alert will trigger to a manager or to that employee, letting them know that the weight was not entered for that inventory item number. Another example of alert could be used for workflow notification or alert notifications. For instance, in this organization, someone creates a sales order, enters the appropriate information, and because the engineering department needs to review this order after it's entered, and they selected the division here, an alert can trigger to look that this was a new order, and based on the department it needs to go to, it'll send an alert to that department informing them that a new order has been entered. Another example is how you could use an alert to trigger workflow events. For instance, let's say the sales department has access to create new customers, but it still needs to be alerted to the accounting department for credit review. In this example, I'll go ahead and create a customer number. And you would go through and enter all the customer information here, and I'll show you what happens when that's created. You'll notice here within seconds I received an alert letting me know that a new account was created, and this type of alert can be used for accounting to check on customer information. This example, I'm going to show you how you could allow more people access to certain key areas but still have a level of integrity. For instance, let's say someone goes in and changes a suggested retail price. And in this case, the item price has changed and fallen below a certain determined gross margin. What that's going to do is that's going to trigger an alert. You'll see the email just came in showing me the new MSRP changed. So this type of alert allows people access to certain areas, but you could set up levels of oversight that will alert the manager based on exceptions or things that fall outside. Another example of data integrity, which we just came across at one of our clients, is they had a free-form field that allowed people to type in whatever letters they wanted. We set up an alert so if they typed in letters in the wrong order or wrong sequence or left it blank, it initiated an email to the person who was responsible for that. In this case, there was a field that always started either with a B or an E. And if someone was supposed to type BF and typed in FB, it fell outside the rules, which triggers an alert. So that's another example of data integrity. This example is how to use an alert to trigger workflow when you have a process that has multiple steps and multiple people involved in it. This example, this customer is using SalesLogix, although these alerts can really be connected to any type of database. They have a process or a sales process that follows a standardized process through sales, engineering, manufacturing, and shipping. So within their sales logic system, they have these little check boxes that people check off when their step has been completed. In this case, when a PIP is completed by sales, it needs to alert the engineering department to review the PIP. So we set up an easy alert, so once the PIP completed button is checked off, it initiates an email to the engineering depending on the product line. So that's a good use of alerts and alerting technology to help improve communicational workflow.